It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Cards and the Boys, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And off we go from Dallas. Here's Greg Dortch with the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here are the Cardinals now, headed out for their first drive. And they'll be led out by a #1 pick out of Oklahoma. One of the game's better runners, it's Kyler Murray.
One of the beauties of the quarterback position is it's not cookie cutter. QBs come in all different shapes and sizes. Some are 5'10", some are 6'6". Some are better on the run, some are better in the pocket. For Kyler Murray, and he is at his best when he's playmaking. When his athleticism, that dual threat nature comes to life, that is when he is typically a defense's worst nightmare.
Into the hands of Michael Wilson. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 from the 41. They'll run it here. It's James Conner. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
On 2nd down, a run with Conner. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
First and 10, Murray. Throw is there, Trey McBride. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Well, I think the defensive coaches and coverage, breathing a sigh of relief. There was space right there. If that throw came 1 second earlier, that was going to be 6.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Murray. Wilson on the slant. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Back to the air. Murray has it down close. And he's all the way to the 5 before going out of bounds. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route, and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Connor has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. And he's gonna score, it's an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals finish up an excellent opening series. Trey McBride, the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established and into top gear right here early on.
On is Chad Ryland for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cardinals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Short kick here, fielded at the 17. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. So now the Cowboys getting an opportunity to send their offense out for the first time. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, well, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Now for the first time, they turn to the rookie from Texas. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Off the play fake, it's Prescott. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Oh, and they're going to have the fullback drawing power for it. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Kate, a fullback that gets you the hard yards, it gets you those first downs on third down. Not too much different than that 3-wood in my golf bag. Just something trusty about it when I really need it.
Great opening drive continues. 1st and 10 at the 33. Blown back gets the handoff. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys finish off their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Aubrey now to kick this one away. DJ Dallas now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. 2nd drive of the game upcoming for this Arizona offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running to start this drive with Connor. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Right back to Connor. Escapes a defender. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. Here's Kyler to throw. That's caught for the first. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Cardinals first down. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Back and ready now for the second quarter. It's Cardinals football. They're looking at first down here. Straight ahead, it's Connor. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. It's Connor again. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Malik Hooker with the tackle.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And the Cowboys bringing on an extra DB here. Third down coming. Back to throw, Murray. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he's brought down after a short gain.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
So on fourth down now, Blake Gillikin gets the call to punt it away for the Cardinals. This was not hit well. It's headed for that sideline. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. Dallas sending its offense out for the second time this game. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First and 10, Prescott. Caught, nice gain left side. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
On first down, they'll run. He's contained at the line for no gain. Josh Sweat making the stop. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Another carry for him. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Prescott now to throw on third down. Diving right side, got it! And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after taking this to the 26. Halfway there on first down, that brings up second and 5.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Here's second and 5. Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
They'll run here on first down. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. They kick the running back in motion. He brings it in. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Crosses the goal line for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys take a second quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys break that tie and now lead by 7. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Dallas with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Arizona offense ready to get things going again. They've stalled out since that first touchdown, Brock, while their opponents have done the opposite. They've heated up, and their original 7-point lead, now a deficit of 7. They're out and set, first and 10. Now Kyler. That's complete to Wilson. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Here's Connor on the option. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. It's a gain of 4. And it'll be first down, Arizona.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
On first and 10, it's Murray. This one quickly to Harrison. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. The Cardinals pushing for points. Second and 3. Able to find Jones. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Brought down by Deron Bland.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Murray to throw here on third. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, And then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
From the red zone now. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Kyler looking to throw. Chased out to his right. Now here he goes. And he nearly broke it for 6. He steps in at the 3-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
Throwing here, Murray. And this is caught. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals earn the chance to tie before halftime. Trey McBride, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Ryland now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cardinals tie things up at 14. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. 1st down, here's Dak. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
From the gun is Prescott. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Cardinals take over after forcing the 1st turnover of this ballgame. Well, Brock, they could have gone run to set up 3rd and short, or they could air it out and try for more. They picked the latter, and the coverage was ready for it.
Sure was, Kate, and this is why I play in this position. You've got to have a short memory. You must flush it. I love the decision to be aggressive. I always fall on that side of the coin, but when you throw a pick in that situation, such a manageable 2nd down, well, you got to learn from it, move on, and certainly flush it away.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled. The catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up, and cost him that catch.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Blitz coming here, Brock. It's Murray. Makes the connection to James Conner. And he gets this forward to the 19. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. Badgley able to knock it through. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we've reached the halftime break, and it's the Cardinals, the Redbirds, leading so far on the road. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Short kick gathered in at the 15. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here comes the Cowboy offense for the opening possession of the third. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now we're on the counter. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
They give it to him again. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And not much. He maybe got a few across the 30 to about the 32. Couple yards there on second down, and now a long ways to go on third. Dak now from the gun. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And this one doesn't go far.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Cowboys punting it away here on fourth, and it's the long-time vet Brian Anger on now. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Cardinals will have to start from deep within their own territory. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. Has the connection to Jones. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Connor on the inside give. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. And because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Shotgun handoff to Connor. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves him with 3rd down and 5. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
They're set up at the 35 now. The 1st down carry for Connor. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. That was Micah Parsons making that play. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 32. He's got Harrison. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Cardinals 1st down.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, Well, that one right there was the ladder. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Back to throw, Murray. Throw caught at the 6. And in for the Arizona touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Ryland now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals make it a 10-point ball game. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Turpin with a return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Cowboys back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And they're going to try to take the lead back to 1 possession here after that last score pushed it up to 24-14. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on first down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Now here's Prescott. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. He fields this at the 18. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. Nice moves on the return. He gets 17 out of it. And it'll be Cardinals football. They're set up at the 35 now. Running to start this drive with Connor. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. So we're through 3 here. The Cardinals have it with the lead. Just got to hang on for a little bit longer. Second down now, 7 to go. from the 38. He's got him. That's McBride. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Murray to throw. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Boy, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Murray thrown again on 2nd and 10. Taken in by Tip Ryman. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Back to the air, Murray. That's caught for the 1st. And he's taken down at the 30. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing it again here. That pass is complete to McBride. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Cardinals 1st down.
Well, we have seen the value of a big physical tight end. Just like that. Those post routes downfield, so hard to defend. The great tight ends, the physical tight ends, it's almost as if they're posting up on the low block in basketball, and you can't get around them.
This one's caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
On 2nd down, a run with Connor. And he will carry this across for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. It's a James Conner touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Ryland now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cardinals take a 3-possession lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Turpin with a return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. First and 10 now from the 30. Prescott here from the gun. It's taken in by Lamb. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Finds the in route, complete. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Throwing on first is Prescott. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released, and that sure altered the throw.
Another throw for Prescott. Throwing the out route, complete. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Forced out to his right. He's going to keep it this time. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 27. Throw secured by George Pickett. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play.
And he will score. It's a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys get it back to within 2 possessions. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to float toward it, and that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Kate, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and make sure he confirms it quickly post-snap. And when he does, and he's got space to fit that post in, like you said, it's a thing of beauty.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys cut the lead down to 10. They recognize the situation they're in now. After that score, they're going to try to get it right back. And the Cardinals' hands team secures the football. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Connor trying the right side. He'll get this down to the 40. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Right back to Connor. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Cardinals with a 10-point advantage. All right, Cowboys showing nickel set, 3rd down. From the gun, it's Murray. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Connor. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. It's Connor again. And he will score! Touchdown, Arizona! The Cardinals can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. It's a James Conner touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Ryland now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals take a 3-possession lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Turpin with a return. Jukes out a 1-stop. And an excellent return here sets them up almost at midfield. The Cowboys about set to take over. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Finds him over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
It's caught, Ferguson. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Working from the pistol, Prescott. That throw finds Pickens. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. 1st and 10, Prescott. Completed here to Pickens. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Trying to set this up quick. Dak throwing again. Completed to his running back. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there, just 11 seconds remaining.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Dak. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Dak now from the gun. Passing struggles bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. The throw is caught. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. So the Cardinals get to fly home as winners on the road. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Dallas.